EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown. It was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Carolina Panthers. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to air one out. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. To throw is Newton. He may try and run for this. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
20.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. Flushed out right. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Newton now to throw. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a gain of 5 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call. And they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. After the run, Newton going to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Second and goal from the 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, got it, back 25.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. Newton takes it himself. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball. Let him pick it up.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He will push his way down to about the 14. Vic Beasley able to make the tackle.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Panthers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Just beating the play clock is Newton. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Cat and 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. And here now come the Falcons. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. but typically halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
Now the pitch to Freeman. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
On first down, Ryan. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Luke Kuechly leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He's going to get it running right. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. So stuff for no gain on 2nd down brings up a pretty interesting 3rd from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Newton again. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
12.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 11. Now following the interception, here's Newton. and escapes the sack. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Here's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Newton. Forced out to his left.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now with the time of the play clock almost up, Ron Rivera's going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts him in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. And give him a gain of 37. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Get up!
Freeman again. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief, because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. To the 40 and no further, so the razzle-dazzle didn't get him much. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Newton escaping the pressure right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And the Falcons going to use another timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And it's third and short.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
On on third down. That's Lindsey. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And it appears they'll go for it here on fourth down. A big call on the game's opening drive. They do go for it. It's Keenum. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Off the play fake, Keenum. Flush to his right. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. In this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
To throw is Keenum, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone, it's Keenum escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And they'll go on the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Back 25. Get out. Wait.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out.
Let's go. Left.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Ryan. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play on third down for the Falcons. 55 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down. Toss to Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. To throw is Ryan. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
So a field goal try here on 4th down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. From the left hash, this from 37. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now they try the right side here. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On first down, Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now Keenum to try again after the pick 6. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Keenum will try again on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, it's Keenum. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, a 22. Keenum now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a 1st down here. Keenum to throw again. Flush to his right. Avoids him at the 5. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He got 29 yards that time. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Case Keenum, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
And oh, it's no good. For the second time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
21. 280. Back 25. Check. Watch the ball. 21. Hey, Rip Lance. Ready, set.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. He's going to look deep down the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Gun. 280. Check, leg 21, check. There we go. Gun. Ready, go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Keenum. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Fresh off the pick six, here's Keenum. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Back to the air on second down. It's Keenum eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. Left side here to Sanders. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Keenum now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On play action. Now Keenum. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Deshaun Hamilton as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. McManus now for the extra point. This time the extra point up and good. And that'll make it 17-13. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
20, get up! 11. 22. 11. Check back 21. Let's go, D. 27.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A big-time play there for the Falcons. And even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Sanu with a grab over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First target, first catch at a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum, escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... And got his man, complete. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Keenum flushed out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
21.
On 2nd down, Ryan. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
22.
They go play action here on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
On second down, here's Keenum. And my goodness, another interception. Bruce caught it with a pick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Right back to him on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
20. 21.
On second down, here's Ryan. Rolling to his right. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The good doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Under 4 now as they come up on second down. Now Ryan on second down. Escaping the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Here's Ryan. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Keenum going to lead the Broncos now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Keenum, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Off the play fake, Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
From midfield, here's Keenum. Flushed out right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
21. Ready. Back 25. 54, south.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. He finds some open field here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, got it. Ready, back 25.
And they're going to take it all the way and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he...
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran Matt Bryant set to rock and roll. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. Ryan leaves with Freeman on the draw. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And his first look is incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. He's airing it out for Sanu. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ryan. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Hey, let's go.
To throw on 2nd down, Ryan getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And his throw here's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. And that's what you've got your tough little slot receiver for, isn't it? Right there, those 4th down conversions in the middle of the field.
He knows that's where he has to make his living, and that's where he has to make plays to help his team. And no one is asking him to do anything more or less than do exactly what we saw there.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Ryan will throw again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 now. Let's go.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Get up!
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Ready. Ready. Hey, express. Ready, go.
To throw again is Ryan. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. He's got room to run past the 20, and he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for a loss of 5. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Tuesday.
Back to the air, Ryan after the pick six. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. Pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On second down, Montgomery. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford, pushing his way inside the 40.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Buying time to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
25, 22. Hey, let's go.
Second and 10. It's Ryan again. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
That was a good explosive run right there. And it brings up an interesting little dilemma, doesn't it? Fourth and inches. Got to decide what they want to do now. Not sure they expected to be in this situation with what they were facing on third down.
Facing a fourth down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
It would have been a long field goal attempt, so when you only need a few inches, this, to me, is the right decision. And they wind up picking up the conversion on fourth down.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a second and 14. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit.
And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones from 6 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On second down, Jackson. Now he's forced out right, and he slides to avoid the hit. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a run with Montgomery, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Jackson. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big-time 3rd down play for the Ravens. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown from 10 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now it's Ryan, escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
3rd and long, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Here's Ryan to throw. Flushed out right. Connects with Sanu right side. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they're going to get him down, but not before a pretty good run right there. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
A toss play left. There goes Devontae Freeman. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, wait.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So out come the Falcons now. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a toss right. Freeman. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
To throw on 3rd down. Ryan, flush to his right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Green 39!
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And yet again, nowhere to run. This time maybe we'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36. A gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Ryan. And it's complete. Cooper. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the pitch to Freeman. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Back now here on EA Sports. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. This is Coleman, and not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's Coleman, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on the...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance.
There goes Alex Collins. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins, 78 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel, because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Coleman now. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And now running right through it. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Ryan to throw. One, but incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Here's Ryan. And he's got it. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions at the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this fourth quarter and the rest of this game very interesting. On second down, Collins. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Throwing now is Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They toss to Freeman, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's Matt Bosher now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Jones on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now